and we'll kind of fill in after that and just see how the rest of that goes for the third and fourth quarters. It was great to have the military out here. So important to allow all of us, players, coaches, you guys right here, to do what we do. I had a chance, I told them I had a chance to go to Afghanistan a few years back and kind of see the guys in action, and what a confidence builder that was, just to know how dedicated they are, and obviously giving us that chance to do all of this, so over here and protect us. And then the people of St. Joe here at the Missouri Western State University, we appreciate all their hospitality. What a great job they did in taking care of us, whether it was the people that were making our beds, to the people that were cooking the food, to the grounds crew that was taking care of the area here, and everybody was just first class and on the ball. We appreciate that. It makes it a lot easier when we're all pulling in the same direction. So it was a great thing. Anyways, with that, time's yours.
Did you let Joe Tooney, you're trying to get him some stats?
Yeah, I'm going to just kind of see on that. I'm not going to force it, see how he feels after today, and but we'll let you know on that.
What about Jalen Watson? Do you anticipate getting him in the game?
I don't think Jalen will play. Yeah.
Would you like to see Carson get a series, at least with the starters? In the first
Yeah, there's a chance. We'll get him in there and just see how that goes. I'm going to just play it by ear, but he'll be ready to do that, yeah.
How low would you like Xavier to be? Obviously, had a play designed for him last time. Would you like to kind of get him jump-started? And would you?
Yeah, we're not going to force that, but I just want him to play. And you play in this thing, somewhere it'll come to you. But we're not forcing anything in there, no.
Door open to maybe him returning a punt, or?
There's a chance, small chance.
Staying in the dorms.
Juwan Taylor's injury be any kind of long-term?
No, but he won't go this weekend. But I think he's going to be okay.
Staying in the dorms, getting away from KC. What does that offer you all? A lot of teams aren't doing that.
Yeah, I was telling somebody that in this day and age when everybody's on their cell phones and doing that, it kind of brings everybody together, and you can't help but talk to the person sitting next to you there. And I think that's a positive. You're staying in the same dorms, and I think it just develops a camaraderie, and I think that's a positive, yeah.
I was wondering, what's the significance to the bracelet there?
You know what? They just gave them to me, the military. Yeah, so I threw them on. I didn't even notice, but it has my name on it, Appreciate that.
Final day of camp here today, maybe from day one to now, what's maybe this specific group, what's the biggest area of growth, and how they kind of gel as a team?
Yeah, I think you've been able to see the growth. We've added a ton into the last few days and up here, and the guys have digested it, been able to spit it back, retain it. That's a positive. And then maybe most of all is getting yourself into football shape and kind of ramping up to your first game against the Ravens. So we still got a couple weeks ahead of us here before all of that takes place, but we'll keep working at it. So we're not ready yet, and but we'll keep working and get ourselves sharpened up a little bit to play. But I appreciated the attitude the guys had. We caught a break with the weather. I mean, I think this is the first year that we didn't have a rain out where we had to go inside, and I think that's a positive. So, yeah.
Last one, Adam.
Andy, we haven't seen Clyde out here all week. How's he doing?
He's doing good. He was actually feeling better, a little bit better last night, which is good. So we'll just keep an eye on him, and he's in good hands. So we'll keep an eye on him.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
All right, good. Thank you.
Injury, and I realize you have other guys out here, but what do you miss with this?
Yeah, no, obviously unfortunate. I guess we're lucky that it wasn't as bad as it could have been. I know he's in good spirits. He's doing well. So just kind of getting him back going again, back moving around. Yeah, I mean, obviously we lose a little bit of that veteran type receiver in that room. I mean, we have other guys that can kind of replace a little bit, but to have that much talent, have a good understanding of what I want. But he's in the room. I think that's what's awesome. He's talking to those guys and everything like that. And so hopefully we're getting him back sooner rather than later. But we just got to keep pushing those young guys to keep getting better and better every day.
Patrick, Matt Nagy said Justin Watson would have to step up a little bit more. How confident are you in him in your third year working together?
Yeah, very confident. I mean, a guy that knows everything, can play all three positions, can block, can catch, can stretch the field deep, and can work a little bit underneath as well. And so that's the type of guys that are going to have to step up while he's out. I mean, like I said, we're lucky that it doesn't seem like it's going to be too long. And so Jay Watt will come in and fill that role, and right when Hollywood gets back, we'll throw him right back in there, and he'll be ready to go.
First, who were some standouts, or what position group were some standouts for you?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a competitive camp. I think that was the best thing. I mean, more than just standouts, I thought every day you just didn't know if the offense or the defense was going to win. That's when it's a great camp, is that you want to compete. There's days where defense gets after us. There's days that I feel like we had the advantage. And so I think that was the most positive thing I took from camp. And obviously players had days and stuff like that. But I think just the competitive nature of camp was the best part about it.
I think we forgot to ask this the last time you were up here, but what led to the behind-the-back pass to Checo in the red zone period? And how much of that is your idea? How much of that is just having fun? And is there a possibility?
Yeah, there definitely is a possibility of it. I mean, it's if you do it, it's got to work. It was a similar play to the one in the Super Bowl, and I wasn't going to do it in that situation. But it was a good day for the offense, especially in that last period. And I had kind of got it going. You get a few completions, and then once you're kind of having a good day, you have the freedom to kind of try stuff like that. Obviously, if stuff's not working out well, you don't have that opportunity. So it was cool that I completed it. It's just you want to get it in like a live type atmosphere, and that's as live as you're going to get in practice.
What did Coach think of it when he
His first thing he said is, "I've been telling you to do that for a while." That's all he said. He's like, that's one of the plays I've been telling you can do it. So I'm telling you, he's all for it. It's me, the one that's hesitant to do it in the game.
You have talked about you want to be better than last year. You want to play your best football, unlike last year. Do you think you've taken steps at this camp to do that?
Yeah, I mean, I've been trying to push the envelope, trying to push the ball downfield, trying to make sure that we stay in that attacking mindset, but at the same time find that right balance. There's been days where we've connected on a lot of deep passes, and there's days where we missed them. But that's what this is for. It's for us to try to see what we can get away with, try to see what we can do, and see what everybody's great at. And I thought we had a great camp, like I said, but it's not done now. We got to continue into this preseason game against the Lions. It'll be a great test. They play hard, a great football team, and then going back to KC, you can't let off the gas. You have to keep pushing because the beginning of our schedule is tough, and you need to be ready for it.
How much would you like to be able to get Xavier involved?
Yeah, I know. I mean, we obviously want to get him some catches. I mean, we called a play for him that first play in this last preseason game. Obviously, they brought up pressure. I got it out to Hollywood. But I mean, obviously, we want to try to see what he can do in the live as you can get before the season. And so you have to take what's there, but you want to give him chances to go out there and make plays and just in that live action at Arrowhead. But I mean, defenses are accounting for that as well too. So it's going to find that balance. You want to get those young guys those plays, him, Wiley, some of these young guys that haven't got a ton of rep, Justin Ross, stuff like that, Sky Moore. But at the same time, you have to play within yourself and within the offense.
Brett Veach had mentioned how you do extra work with the receivers even post-camp and after meetings. What have you observed in the extra sessions with those receivers that you're seeing them improve and what they're learning?
Yeah, I think just watching the extra film with them, you see those positive things happen that almost the next day. I mean, you're just talking through stuff. I mean, in this offense, y'all know it's so much of freedom within structure, and I think them hearing me talk, hearing Travis talk, and then them having their input as well, I feel like it helps them have their stamp on the offense, and I think that's important. And obviously it started a couple years ago with Trav, and then it kind of went to Jew in 11 last year, and then now these young guys are kind of taking on themselves, so Sky and Rasheed and Nico and Justin Ross, they're coming in those meetings, they're listening, they're talking, we're talking through it, and then they're making those progressions the next day.
Coach Reid talked about the camaraderie built in the dorms. Maybe you can share a moment where you built a brotherhood with this new team behind the scenes.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's even more than the dorms. We always go to Lazarone a couple times, and we take the guys, we get some pizzas. I usually do it after kind of like the second padded day before the 10-10-10, so we were there yesterday. And so don't remember that for next year and try to storm our party. We go there and you just eat and you just joke around. I think Ian Book had like 9 pieces of pizza yesterday, man. I had to calm him down because the first time we went, the O-line, he only got 1 piece because the O-line ate all his pizza. So he went in this last day. So no, but the stuff like that is where you build that bond, and then you have those jokes and stuff for the rest of the year. And that's what builds the great culture that we have.
Patrick, just Andy is his whole career is about evolution and evolving, just in and outside the football field. Just going into year 8, how has his evolution just affected you on and off the field?
Yeah, I think the best thing about Coach Reid is he pushes you to be great and he pushes himself to be great. I mean, he always is trying to just be more creative. What else can he do to help the offense out, help players out, help like with different motions or different plays, and he challenges the coaches to do that as well. And so when you see that they're working that hard and they're challenging themselves, whenever they ask you to try something that might be a little different, they want you to work on, you can say, all right, I'll try it. If y'all are trying new stuff, we can all try it, and we'll see if we can get better together. And I think that's important because he could be, I mean, he's one of the best coaches of all time. He could just go out there and this is how we do it. This is how I'm going to coach it, and this is how it works. But he's pushing himself to be better, and then he asks a lot of us, but he also asks a lot of himself, and I think that's super important.
Patrick, Travis jokes about his age, but obviously he is older for that position. What allows him to be effective, and like what kind of training camp did you think he had?
Yeah, I mean it's remarkable, honestly. I mean, you see him out there every day at practice. He's working. He's in there getting the reps. He actually gets mad when they take him out, and he has. I mean, he has all the right in the world to go out there and just kind of be on the sideline and coach because he knows all the stuff, and he doesn't necessarily need the reps, but he loves it, man. He loves working. And it makes my job easy as a leader to push other guys because I can just say, look at the Hall of Famer who's out here practicing harder than anybody. And so it's that's what makes him so special, man, is that he enjoys the process of being great, not just the top, not winning the Super Bowl. He enjoys the process of practicing. He enjoys the process of working on little details. And that's what the great ones do. And I mean, you heard stories about like that with like Jerry Rice and guys like that. And so I think that's what, when you're great like that, you enjoy the process of what takes to be great. And it helps me lead other guys because you can always point to that guy to show that that's how it's done.
Thanks, Patrick.
Yeah. Thanks,